Ready.
Ready.
Oh, okay, mine.
Everybody ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
Break a leg, everybody.
I'll help.
Here we go.
You didn't let me do my
Oh,
class.
gosh dang.
Rewind.
I get so anxious.
I know, and I'm
sometimes.
so prepared to do this really well.
Between all of us, ADHD, I'm probably slightly OCD and slightly ADD. I don't know what you are. Okay, let's do that thing. Oh, hang on. Let me let everybody.
God, I was so ready.
Okay, we got you. We're good.
Ready?
Yep. Okay, we're gonna do that, and then I'll do this, and then we'll do this thing called the show.
Welcome to Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show presented by MyGunDiary.com and Drake Fine Sporting Arms of El Paso. With your hosts, Felix Menor and J. Scott Drake. And now, here they are.
Welcome to Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show, episode 18. Oops. That was supposed to be applause.
Apparently, none of us can focus today.
Maybe it's because I've been Tim McAfee.
Maybe.
As I was saying, you are tuned in to Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show, episode 18. I'm your host, Felix Menor. Alongside me, a man who wants to let the world know that a line is actually infinite. Therefore, when you're standing in line at the supermarket, it would be more accurate to say that you are standing in a segment, which, of course, has a starting point and an end point, unlike a line. He is Master Gunsmith, owner and proprietor of Drake Fine Sporting Arms, Mr. J. Scott Drake.
I hope that catches on, man, because that was a deep thought today.
Yeah. He was definitely deep in thought with that one
Were you
today.
standing in line, or was that like a in the shower kind of
No,
thing?
I just one of those, why do we say standing in a line? It doesn't make sense mathematically,
And then to his right, a woman who has no moral qualms about shooting rabbits.
Yes.
She is also a talented model and photographer. You can find her work at Francesca Alain Photography, and she is the one and only Francesca Ricciuti, everybody. Yeah.
I'm going to assume that was a play on words. You didn't actually shoot a rabbit.
What?
Yeah.
No qualms about shooting bunnies.
She loves to shoot
yeah,
rabbits.
I call it bunny blasting.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So not like picture shooting, actual shooting.
No, shooting some
Okay.
bunnies.
Yeah.
They attract coyotes. Cut out the food source. Coyotes aren't a problem.
Yeah, she's going to take us shooting at some point. Now, are you saying that you would have moral qualms about shooting rabbits?
Morals? No.
Oh.
I don't randomly shoot rabbits.
Not randomly. You go hunting for rabbits, like Elmer Fudd.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will go hunting with you for rabbits, and I will wear an Elmer Fudd hat.
I do not go hunting like Elmer Fudd. He never gets the rabbits.
No,
You
he
did-
just
I
ends
get
up
the
getting kissed by a rabbit and dragged
You did say that you owned an Elmer Fudd hat.
somewhere. I'll
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah. Anyhow, so Francesca is our spokesmodel, and of course, she is the official spokesmodel for our sponsor, Cerakote Southwest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Cerakote Southwest is the sponsor for Straight Shooting Talk Show. They are the only certified Cerakote applicator in Southwest Texas. If you want to check them out on Instagram, it's at Cerakote Cerakote Southwest. Their website is CerakoteSW.com, and you can see all their custom designs. They have over 120 colors for their Cerakote applications. They do custom laser engraving, and they have been posting some awesome stuff on social media, so follow them.
Yes. Now, sadly, your very nice laser engraved drink cup that they presented to you has been hijacked by
By Chantel.
by Chantel.
I asked about that on Thanksgiving when we were watching. I was like, where did the cup go?
And then mine, I think mine was stolen from work. I took it to work one day with coffee, and I had it in the van that we all share.
Yeah.
And I think I left it in the van. Now that van gets shared by a bunch of different units and teams.
Dirty
and,
van.
There's a saying, there's only one thief in the army.
Yeah.
Everybody
Everyone
else is
else.
trying to get their stuff back.
Now, I hope at the very least whoever took it's like, Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show. I mean, watch it. Maybe we got a viewer out of
Maybe
it.
he's one of those
there
17
you
guys
go.
that was like,
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
all right.
Hey, let me tell you what's on the show tonight. In Guns in the News, we've got some, as always, some shocking videos. Is there another word I can use besides shocking? Astounding eye-catching.
inspiring.
Confounding.
Yes, some great videos, gun-related videos. Our first video that we're going to show in the Guns in the News is of a gun shop owner. Now, I picked this video because you are a gun shop owner, Scott.
Yeah, I want to know what Scott would do.
Yeah.
In the situation.
This video is from a cell phone from the customer who is African-American, and the gun store owner refuses to sell him a gun. Now, the reason why is convoluted, and it's been, how do I want to put it? The guy who posted the video wanted to turn it into a racist type thing, but it really wasn't.
Well, yeah. But
Yeah.
there's the rest of the story. There's three sides to every story.
Yeah,
man.
you'll see the video here momentarily. And then our second story is of a home invasion. This happened, I think this happened in Florida. I always like to highlight these home invasion videos. One, because it's incredible that they got recorded on a home security system, which I highly recommend everybody get a home security system with cameras so that we can show your videos when your house gets broken
Yeah,
into.
it's called a robbery. They work great.
But this woman was home alone with her 10-year-old child and 3-year-old
You got to
child.
do the thing
Oh, the shotgun?
if you're home alone.
I got you. I
Yeah.
get it. That's going to get a bump. Let me go on right now for you. She was home alone with her 10-year-old and 3-year-old child. Somebody in the middle of the day tried to kick in the door, but pulled up in their car, tried to kick in the door, and she grabbed her shotgun. And then I'll wait till the segment for the punchline is, did she shoot the guy or did she not? Because when he came through the front door, she had her shotgun leveled right at him. So we're going to watch that video. And then the last video in Guns in the News is a Texas. Here we are, Texas in the news again. This happened in Killeen, Texas. Of no surprise there, right? That's home of Fort Hood. A lot of stuff always goes down there.
I know, pray for me. That's where me and Josh are trying to
Oh
go.
my goodness. This is another home security camera of an attempted robbery. And we're going to talk about the MO because it was five perps. I don't know if you know that, but that's slang for perpetrators. It's cops like to use
That's
it.
cop talk.
Yeah, cop top.
Yeah.
They attempted to rob a woman, and we'll see the video of that. In our gunsmithing job of the week, of course, we're going to talk about, of course, like people know, we're going to talk about FN49 that I purchased from right here at Drake's Fine Sporting Arms. This is an Egyptian FN49. It's an 8mm semi-automatic rifle that was designed in the 1940s, but it did not see action in World War II. But we're going to talk about that because I took it out to shoot it, and it had some cycling problems, but the issue was not what we thought it was. I thought it was, we'll get to it in the gunsmithing job of the week. And then lastly, our You Show Me Yours, I'll Show You Mine. Craig every time we mention Craig is a friend of the shop and a friend of the show. He's got his own YouTube channel, and we always want to plug his YouTube channel, but I can never remember what it is.
You still can't remember what it is?
I know what it is now.
Oh, yay.
And I'll tell you why I was confused. Craig's YouTube channel, if you want to search for it, it's called, on YouTube, it's Dave and Craig Shoot Stuff. Now, the reason I was confused is because Craig is the one who always, has left some firearms for us to test out and try. And so in my head, I think Craig first. I don't know who Dave is. I've never met Dave. So I think it's got to be Craig and Dave Shoot Stuff, but it's not. It's Dave and Craig Shoot Stuff.
I would also think Craig and Dave because it's alphabetical that way.
Yes. I would too. But anyways, it's Dave and Craig Shoot Stuff. And our You Show Me Yours, I'll Show You Mine are these two pistols. Scott, you can show them off and tell us what they are.
Yep. Yeah, this is the Wilson Combat Beretta 92. And this is a really nice gun. You'll see it in the video. And then this is a high point that's been modified. And I forgot to look up God dang it. HiPower, not a high point.
High
Power. I can't believe that word rolled off my tongue.
I was about to say,
Right.
somebody did ask for a high point
Right.
on the comments on that post that I made.
And that was in my head from something. But anyway, all right, high power, not a high point.
It is a Browning high power, and there is a big difference between a high power and a high point.
If it were a high point, I wouldn't be touching it right now.
I got a high point on my hands.
Right?
Hey, we want to say hello to everybody watching right now on Facebook Live, tuned in to our brand new Mevo live streaming camera, which has definitely upped our game as far as the Facebook Live. We get a lot of viewers every week now, and so we definitely want to take care of them with a higher quality audio, a higher quality video, and I think we've done just that with our Mevo live camera. So hello to everybody, and for those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can watch the Facebook Live show by going to our group, which is at facebook.com/groups/straight shooting, or just go to straightshootingshow.com, because there in the menu right there, boom, it says Facebook group or whatever. You just click it. But that's how you can watch the Facebook live show every Monday night at 7:30, except for, I think only once or twice have we not broadcast on Monday because I had to work or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, every Monday night at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, you can watch our show. And then we've got our store is open, right? At if you go to Straight Shooting Show, you go to store, you can get T-shirts, you can get coffee mugs, all that kind of cool stuff. And coming soon, this is the big one. I wish I had a drum roll.
Wait, why am I participating in the drum roll?
Coming soon, we're going to offer a new product, a Frannie Pack.
Uh-huh.
A Frannie Pack is going to be a custom fanny pack or messenger bag, some sort of pack, and named after Francesca. And the reason this came about is because when we first met and we were first planning to do the show and whatnot, I put her phone number in my phone, and in my contacts, I listed her as Frannie. Like, just, you're punching it in or whatever the case may be. I never thought her name was Frannie or referred to her as Frannie.
I never asked, what nickname do you absolutely hate in the whole world? Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't use that one.
She hates the name being called Frannie. It. And so I'm going to start out by by saying, and with that, it's time to get into the news.
This week in firearms news and current events.
The magic of Hollywood. People on YouTube will never know the drama that was happening in here with our technical difficulties. Hey, as we mentioned at the top of the show, the first news story that we're going to talk about is about a gun store owner. Yep, a gun store owner, just like the gun store owner sitting next to me here.
Well, not just like. I mean, look at him.
Just like him. Yeah, exactly.
White people, we all look the same.
And so let's watch.
Isn't that what we're talking about in stereotypes?
we have all the races represented in the room tonight, pretty much. We have we have an Asian, we have Hispanics, we have African Americans, we have Italian. We got I don't know what you are.
Italian is its own ethnicity.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm white. She's almost clear.
That gets a laugh track. Hey, so let's take a look at this video from a gun store here, and we will discuss.
You said what? Repeat that again.
I said I'm not going to sell you a gun.
And why is that?
I don't have to have a reason not to sell you one.
So you're just stereotyping, right?
I'm not going to answer that. That's crazy.
So you are stereotyping, right?
We have to follow all federal guidelines, and we're not going to sell you a gun.
So why are you not following the guidelines?
Don't go ahead and leave the premises. I'm going to call the police.
Why are you not following the guidelines?
You're in here, and I'm going to call the police.
Why are you not following the guidelines? So I just walked in Hopkins Gun and Tackle, and before I can say anything, this man right here said he would not sell me a firearm. And his reason, what's your reason again? You don't need a reason? You have reason to believe that I'm going to sell it to somebody else?
Excuse me, 277-8423. Vance Hopkins.
So he's on the phone with the cops right now.
That I've refused sale to a gun, and he's gotten loud
But
in
why
the
though?
store, and I'd like
But
him
why?
to leave, and he will not leave.
Why?
Props to that guy for keeping
My
his
man.
cool, though.
This the owner? And I purchased how many firearms from here?
Exactly.
A couple,
There you
right?
go.
And I walk in today, and the first thing he tell me, he would not sell me or my friend a firearm because he have reason to believe that I will sell it to somebody else. That's his reason. That's fucked up, right? Yeah. I know you on job, so you ain't gonna answer, but you know it's fucked up.
Hey, we got kids in here. Watch
Hey.
your language.
Your man terrible.
I'm sorry, we got children here. Please watch your language. Okay?
Are you allowed to have young children?
Hey, when I come back in here, I'm gonna. I got a gun on layaway. I'm taking that off. I'm taking that off layaway. I will not purchase any other firearm from this store. Hopkins Gun and Tackle on Mechanicsville Turnpike.
Black t-shirt, different colored front to it, and it's like dark.
I want to
He
watch
didn't
the
even know I was a regular customer though. A regular. I purchased a few from here. By the way.
Does anything else happen? I'm just asking.
Hopkins gun and tackle, y'all. Oh, this will go viral.
No, I think he's just because this has had quite a few views. Let's
Right.
see here if it says how many views. I don't know. It's had quite a few views. 2.5 comments, 6,000 shares. Yeah, a lot of views.
And in the description, it says that gun owner refuses to sell gun because he was black.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. So I came across this video because the title of the video said something about a white gun owner refuses to sell a gun to a black man. Okay. Obviously, this had nothing to do with race, and the guy who posted it purposely made it about it, and it says so right there, this white gun shop owner. Now, if it was about race, why would he have sold him guns
in the past?
In the past, obviously.
And then he doesn't, there's nothing that hints towards that, because even when the guy asked twice, what did you say your reason was?
Yeah.
He says, I have the right to refuse service. I'm not going to sell it to you. And he says, I'm not going to answer that.
So
doesn't say anything about that.
If he's got reason to believe that this guy, and from what I understand, there was something that was said before the video actually started, and this is from somebody else, just reading through comments and other places and stuff. There was another guy in the store that chimed in and said before this guy started recording, he made mention of something to the effect like, he was going to then turn around and sell this gun or give this gun to somebody else. If you come into the store and you are not, the gun is not for you,
right?
It's the first question on the form.
That's on the form. Yeah. So let's say I walk in. You don't know me from a hole in the wall. I walk in with Roy. Let's say it's our first time in the store, right? And I say, I'm going to purchase the gun. I'm the one that's going to fill out that form 4473. But at some time in as we're browsing, I say, hey Roy, which one do you like? Is that the one you want? Or some kind of comment where I insinuate that I'm purchasing it.
If I have any reason to believe that you are buying it for somebody who couldn't pass their own background check for any reason,
right?
Or I just don't like the way you look.
Sure. So that's my next question. As a gun store owner, as a federal firearms license holder, you don't need a reason to deny somebody a gun purchase. Somebody walks in, you can just say, hey, I'm not going to sell you a gun.
Not that I would ever do that personally. You never judge a book by its cover. That's my thing. I've got a lot of good customers that don't look like your typical. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I have an eclectic group of customers.
They're a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, rough around the edges, and all great guys.
I mean, just look at Andres.
Gals,
Andres looks like a serial killer, although not today. He does have his hair done not quite nicely yet. But he's in here every Saturday sharpening knives as if he's.
You give me a reason.
I wasn't going to say anything. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So, I mean, it's kind of a thing for me, though, If you come in, you give me any reason to believe that I should not sell you a firearm, even if you're acting a little wacky, which we get occasionally. If I feel like I shouldn't sell you a firearm, dude, it's within my, what I, do what your rank can handle. That was the old Army thing.
Right.
Well, do what your ethics can handle. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if I feel like you shouldn't have a firearm and I go, you're kind of questionable, and I sell it to you anyway, then you do something with that, dude, that's on me, man. Right.
And in that situation, honestly, if I had told the guy, no, I'm not selling it to you, and then he ended up pulling out a phone, recording, making these crazy claims, just being a brat, I'd be like, no, I'm especially not selling it to you. So that guy didn't handle that right at all.
Well, obviously there was more to the story. It wasn't race related. The guy posted it trying to bait people to watch it, saying it was race related, but I lost all respect for that person that posted that video, and I'm totally behind the gun shop owner 100%. Yeah. Not just because my friend Scott is a gun store owner, but that's probably what I would have done too if somebody had said something like that. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, it's not to say that you can't. I guess it depends on the state, but let's say I come in here and I buy one of these, surplus rifles.
Right.
I buy it, and then later I want to give it to my dad as a gift, or I want to give it to a friend as a gift. That's later down the road, right? Is that legal?
Yeah.
As long as
right? I mean,
there's actually nothing illegal about that.
Right. What's the time? Let's say, okay, on the form it says, are you the actual buyer? Right? And yes, I'm the actual buyer. I buy it. But then an hour later, I get buyer's remorse. I don't want it. I give it to a friend.
Hey, there's nothing I can do about that, man. It's the indication that you give to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Joss
if you put it on the
calling
form,
it a straw purchase?
Yes, it's called a straw purchase.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's where you basically purchase a firearm for somebody else, you know, with the intention of giving it to them.
Right. That sometimes could be a tough call, but if the person is in the shop,
it is a tough call because you're basically relying on people to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of dishonest people, let's watch this next clip of this home invasion, and it's only a minute long, and then we'll comment after you guys watch it. I think quite shocking video.
Close to 10 in the morning, this guy casually walks up. He knocks on the front door of this Miami Gardens home. He's in full view of the highway. He looks around, and then this. He tries forcing the door open. He tries kicking it down repeatedly. A mother inside with her 2 young children. But investigators say he messed with the wrong mom.
Yes, he did. Yeah. I would do anything to protect my family.
We're not identifying that mother, but she told us she was home with her 10 and 3-year-old kids.
All of a sudden, I hear some banging noise. I thought it was maybe my dreams or something.
She says she peeked through the window and then her instincts just kicked in. She ran for the bedroom, grabbed her shotgun. She says she was shaking but ready to protect her children.
They were screaming and crying hysterically because they were afraid of either, anything happening.
But as soon as our perp breaks in, he's greeted by that shotgun.
He was running for his life. And he kept looking back and making sure that I wasn't going to just shoot him in the back.
What stopped you from killing this guy?
My kids.
You can see her pointing that shotgun and yelling at the guy. This mother now needs the public's help. Police say the suspect got away and still hasn't been found.
Yeah, I don't know how they haven't found the guy yet. They got a pretty good description of the car right there and probably a good shot at the license plate. I don't know if the resolution was good enough to see the actual license plate. But as you see, broad daylight on a major, right abutted against a major highway, the guy's kicking in the door, very brazen.
Trying to. He struggled there.
It took him a while.
Yeah. But he did gain entry, and then as he gains entry, the guy's got a shotgun. I mean, the mother's got a shotgun leveled right at the guy, and she doesn't shoot. She doesn't shoot. When the reporter asked her why, she said, "My kids." That would have been the reason that I shoot at the guy. If somebody breaks in, kicks in, and comes in, gains entry.
I mean, people get frozen in fear. You have that fight or flight, and I don't know. Maybe she has the shotgun to just put in his face.
You're looking at me, Scott, like you would not hesitate to pull that trigger.
No, I'm looking at you like I think she did the right thing. If you can go without shooting somebody, man, if you can...
What?
Yeah,
they
honestly.
I
know. I'm going to get some heat for this.
Just kidding.
Well, and I think that if the sight of the gun scared him away, it did what
it's
needed
supposed to do, right?
What is it? Rules of engagement.
Sure.
Escalation.
Escalation of force.
I mean, there's a moment in time or a few moments in time where the guy gains entry. He didn't appear to have a weapon, right? Now, the person in the home, the mother in this case, has mere moments to determine if the guy's got a weapon, if she's going to shoot him. I mean, it really could have gone either way. It's just a pull of the trigger is all it is.
Right.
There was only one occasion in my life where I almost had to draw my concealed carry firearm that I was legally carrying. This guy, I'll make a long story short, this guy got out of his car and came at me. He was quite a big guy, but he didn't have a weapon. I had enough time to make that judgment to see the guy didn't have a weapon. I could back away, whatever the case may be. I didn't draw my gun. In this case, when somebody breaks down the door, you're talking, moments.
Second.
She could have shot him just as easily as not shot him, just based on how quickly things develop. Now, you're right. You shouldn't take a life if it's not absolutely necessary, and I'm not saying that you should.
I mean, at that point, what are you out? You're out a broken door jam, and the guy maybe learned a lesson about kicking in doors.
I doubt it. I got,
probably not.
Somebody as brazen as that is probably not going to stop. But
I wonder if he. Why did he choose that house? If you're going to break in somewhere, you're going to break in somewhere that has people in it? I wonder if he knew them or it was some other...
I think a lot of home invasion burglaries happen in the daytime because they assume people are at work.
Right.
Yeah, the kids are at school and people are at work. Hey, and so here we have another attempted home invasion. This one out of Killeen, Texas, I believe.
I'm on the phone with 911 right now.
Oh my God! No! 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 What the f***?
You alright?
Oh my God! Who the f*** were they?
All right, should we play that one more time? That happened kind of quick.
That guy's a jerk.
Mother.
Well, as it turns out, that jerk... Let's play it one more time.
Look, he does nothing.
Why?
Oh my God! No! No!
Okay, so the dog scares them away. But first, let's set this up. This is from a surveillance camera from almost like a peephole point of view from the house, from the front door. It looks like an apartment, actually. But the question is, what was that guy doing that she was talking to, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is an MO that happens quite a bit, because if you
get a guy to go up to the door.
Yeah, if you scroll up the page, he's one of the guys that they arrested. Okay, so here's the MO. And this has happened in Texas a few times. In our first couple episodes, we mentioned it. An individual, usually a female, they have it when they're working in a team, will go up to the door of a home, knock on the door of a home, usually a female, because they're not intimidating. You don't think much about it. Mm-hmm. And they'll ask to use the phone or a glass of water, or their car broke down, whatever the story is. They knock on the door, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And when the person answers the door or opens the door, then their accomplices move in, which is exactly what happened here. These guys were armed, right? And so, this homeowner answered the door. She looks like an apartment. This guy was there. She opens the door. She comes outside, and here come the armed criminals, right? Mm-hmm. Luckily, in her case, she had a big dog that was barking and came up, and I could scare them away, right? But there again, if you are at home and a stranger knocks on your door, and it's so sad that we live in a world where you just can't,
because it seems like maybe what he had done to her was say that he was in trouble or something, because at the beginning of it, she's okay, I'm on the phone with 911. Right. Maybe trying to help him out or whatever it was that he said he needed. Yeah.
The good news, the happy ending on this story is that they were arrested. Yeah, they caught the guys. They were arrested. But it just goes to show you that be careful when a stranger is knocking at your door. That's just the world we live in, right?
Don't go outside.
Don't go outside. Have a gun.
Yeah, have a latch, a latch on your door, a big dog, and a gun. I mean, all that kind of good stuff. And then, if it's a legitimate stranger that needs help, toss them your cell phone out the door. I don't know.
You want a glass of water? There's a hose out in the yard.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. If somebody's really thirsty, they'll drink from the hose.
Yeah, I mean, I've told people that I know that. No, I mean,
seriously, I don't answer the door for anyone, even if they have a badge and the door to door. Just
I make visitors to my house go outside and drink from the hose so they don't dirty up glasses.
Hey, some crazy news stories once again. I was going to play this Joe Biden video, another Joe Biden, where somebody turned his interview into a music video. It's quite funny, but enough crazy Joe.
Oh, Joe Biden would be proud of that lady with the shotgun, no?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, she didn't shoot
2 blasts.
Oh, she didn't rattle off rounds aimlessly into the woods.
Yeah.
Hey, with that, let's move things along into our gunsmithing job of the week. Very interesting gunsmithing job of the week.
It's time for the gunsmithing job of the week.
Certainly is time for the gunsmithing job of the week. And this is an absolutely gorgeous rifle. It is a Belgian FN-49, manufactured by Fabrique Nationale. It was designed in the 1940s, but did not see action in World War II because, of course, the Germans invaded Belgium, and then the guy who was designing it had to go to England, and he just couldn't finish his work in time. But anyways,
it's a whole thing.
Yeah. The Germans came into Belgium. But as you can see, gorgeous rifle. This one, I'm from my judgment, has been refurbished and assembled from a barreled receiver, and then somebody bought a stock and put it together. But it's still very gorgeous. Now, I bought it from you. It caught my eye. You know I love World War II stuff. And this is unique because it's one of the very first semi-automatic rifles ever designed, ever built. Came out a couple years before the SKS, and was designed a couple years after the Garand. But it feeds from a spring-loaded box magazine. Anyways, I bought it, and of course, it took me 7 months to pay it off. I'm like, wait, whatever. I took it out to shoot it, all excited. Now, I'm always on the lookout for 8mm Mauser ammo, and when I find surplus ammo, because it's cheap, I buy it. So I bought a ton of surplus ammo. I mean, I have a crate of 900 rounds or whatever it is, and then I just have hundreds and hundreds of other boxed rounds of surplus ammo. So of course, I loaded it with surplus ammo, and I went and I shot it, and shot one round, bang, it went bang, but it did not extract the round. Right. The bolt got stuck. Right, I unjammed it. I don't know if I shot it. It wouldn't feed, it wouldn't extract. It was just, I said, I got to bring it back to the shop. So I brought it back to the shop, and you took a look at it, and we're going to see the video here in a second, and you saw that the chamber
was full of crap.
Yeah, and that's to be expected from an old rifle. I mean, who knows if this barrel's ever been shot, been sitting in a warehouse.
It was just whatever stuff, you know. I mean, could have been cosmoline, could have been old lacquer from rounds, could have been anything in there. You know, it just needed to be cleaned out.
So we took it back to the shop, and Steve helped me out. Well, Steve didn't help me out. Steve did the work, and then you did the work on it. I didn't do anything except stand there looking stupid.
I just told Steve what to do.
Yeah. And so we cleaned out the chamber and polished the chamber, and you cleaned the feed ramp, and then we took it out and shot it again. So let's watch a little bit of this video.
I did polish the feed ramp. Yeah, I did.
Yes, you did. Yeah. And we took it out and shot it again after we did after you guys did the work in the gun shop. So let's take a look here.
At this point, we were still working under the assumption that the reason for the failure to cycle and or extract was due to the condition of the chamber in the receiver. So Steve spent some time cleaning up the inside of the receiver ring, which was excessively dirty, grimy, and gunked up. Later, Scott came back to the workshop to polish the feed ramp because I had noted that the rounds were having some issues being stripped out of the magazine as well. It still had not occurred to me that the issue might not reside with the rifle itself, but with the type of ammo I was using. I'd only gone out to shoot the rifle once, and only with surplus ammo. Regardless, it was probably a good idea to clean out the chamber and polish the feed ramp in any event, as they were both really dirty. Thanks once again to Steve and Scott for their help.
So now we're out here ready to shoot and see if how this thing shoots. It's a beautiful FN49 chambered in 8mm. So let's try it out.
Hit it. Got it.
And as you can see there, it fired the first round, but then did not eject the round, didn't cycle. And of course, whenever anything goes wrong with a firearm, we hand it to Scott.
Yep.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to do that.
Now, the bolt would not retract. You couldn't pull it back by hand, so I brought out my rubber mallet.
I don't know.
Yeah, I hate using a mallet on a gun, but sometimes, man, you just gotta break whatever tension is in there, and then get it back.
And that's what we did. Just took the mallet to it.
I don't recommend that. I'm a professional. Yeah. I'm a professional.
It's right there where you're seeing that it's not catching onto the next one.
Yeah, I mean, he was just noticing. So he tried to fire it again. We'll fast forward just a little bit. And here in a second.
So, it's fine when you peel off a new round into the chamber and then it fires. It ejects
It ejected that round.
It ejected that one. Loaded that one. Did not eject this one.
Right, it was having all kinds of issues.
Eject that one.
But that one, see, I was able to cycle by hand.
So we took a look at the ammo, and then here in a second, it occurs to you that it's probably the ammo.
Yep. Yeah, see, it jammed again hard. I think that wasn't it.
Yeah, I tried to double feed that one.
Here it comes.
And a stovepipe.
Wonder if it's not the ammo, honestly.
There it is. Well, I brought a different type of ammo as well.
What do you got?
Okay, so these ones. I'm going to pause it right here. So at that point, you said, "I wonder if it's not the ammo." Now, fortunately, I brought out a different type of ammo. It was new production. This PPU ammo in 8mm. It's shaped a little differently. I'll show you a picture.
Yeah.
And you fired a few rounds, and it did cycle fine. It did shoot fine. That one ejected. That one ejected.
It's your ammo.
Might be that surplus ammo.
It's that old surplus ammo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, might be that surplus ammo. That's what he says. Now, at this point, as me as the gun owner wanting to shoot my rifle, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I've got all this surplus ammo. It's not cycling. But then I remembered, once I got home, I had some newer production, not new production, but newer production. It was still surplus ammo, but it was different. It was Romanian surplus ammo from the 1970s, and I just had a sneaky suspicion that it was the ammo. So I couldn't wait to go out and try it again.
Like 7. Yeah, it's your old shit ammo.
Oh my goodness!
Felix went out in his pajamas.
Yeah. Well, we're done with this for the day because all I have is surplus ammo.
Yeah.
So I went home. I started
1
1
hour
hour later.
Yeah.
Yes.
At this point, when I got home from shooting that day, I'd already put my pajamas on. I was in pajamas and flip-flops, and I found this other ammo that I had, but I was dying to know. If my rifle was going to work, right? I didn't want to wait, and I didn't want to put clothes on. So I literally went out in my pajamas and flip-flops. I got home, I got in my pajamas, actually. I had pajamas and flip-flops on.
Goodness
and I saw that I had like
what
7
not
rounds
to wear.
and there were a bunch of people out there, too. New 8mm ammo. It's Romanian 1975 ammo. There's some new Romanian ammo for sale on like Classic Firearms and other websites. Very similar to this. I want to try it out in the FN49, see if it'll cycle. So okay, let me pause it here real quick. Earlier today we shot. Okay, on the far right is the surplus ammo we tried shooting earlier that wasn't cycling. Mm-hmm. On the two to the left are, well, you see right there. The middle one is a new production, and the one on the far left is surplus, but from 1975. But you can already tell by looking at them that surplus ammo on the far right is a little different size as well. It's a little taller than both of these.
I'd have to measure it and see where, like,
it's
where
definitely
the bullets...
taller than the middle one, but
yeah. Well, I think that's the bullet length. Everything is the same, but the bullet length.
Might the bullet length have anything to do with it?
It could.
Yeah.
I was thinking more. I wanted to see the bottom better.
All right. Well, I'll get you another picture. Yeah. So I had a few rounds. I had 7 rounds of this Romanian stuff and like 4 rounds of this stuff, and I went out to shoot it again because I just had to know. And the newer ammo cycled fine. The surplus ammo did not. So I'm going to try 7 rounds of this and see how it goes. I'm going to keep trying this out. So let's try out this newer Romanian 8mm. I'll just load 3 rounds through it first. All right, what do you think happens? Hey, no problems. Yep. Then I loaded the other rounds of these new production. Let's go 4 more rounds.
The new one is the middle one in the picture.
Again, this is 1975 Romanian ammo. It's got a little red ring around it. The brand new stuff looks just like this. It's got a green ring around the top there, and I'm predicting that it's going to shoot just fine. So I ordered a few boxes. The ammo that did not cycle was surplus ammo with a really fine point on the bullet. And unfortunately, I have a ton of that other ammo, surplus ammo, which I can shoot through my bolt actions. But I was really kind of hoping to shoot it through this FN49. Right. Not a big deal because, like I said, that new 8mm Romanian ammo is readily available. And I guess it all comes down to the ammo. Just got to avoid that surplus ammo and shoot some newer stuff through it. Right. Okay. So there we go. Yes, it shot fine. I took it out. It's a surplus ammo. And so in my haste and excitement, I went online and I found some brand new production Romanian 8mm ammo because I only thought I had 7 rounds of that other stuff that shot just fine. But, every time I see 8mm ammo for sale, I always snatch it up. And lo and behold, if you've been in my secret closet, I've got a ton of ammo.
It goes to Narnia.
Yes, ammo crates everywhere. And sure enough, I have a case of like tons of this awesome ammo that worked. I've got like 340 rounds or 400 rounds of this stuff. And so even though I ordered like another 100 rounds of the new stuff, I've got plenty of ammo for my FN49. All is well that ends well. And not only does this ammo function correctly, my rifle is now clean.
Yay.
Yeah.
Right.
Who would have thought you should probably clean
Which I don't think that rifle honestly had ever been shot by anybody.
No, definitely look unfired.
Yeah,
definitely look unfired. But we'll pass this around, and we'll pass the rifle around to our audience members, so you guys can see that, the live studio audience. It's quite a heavy rifle.
So we'll do this as a follow-up, man. But I didn't collect any the other day. But we'll get unfired bullets from the ones that wouldn't cycle, and fired brass from the ones that wouldn't cycle. We'll compare them to the new ones or newer ones. My recommendation: don't buy any surplus ammo. Just sell that crap on Gunbroker or whatever, and buy new production, new production.
Yeah, the surplus ammo shoots in my bolt action rifles,
Yeah,
but
so that's fine. Use it in that.
Yeah. And with that, let's move things along to our last segment of the show. You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
All right, hey, we made it to the final segment of the show. It's been kind of. I was feeling relaxed today. I came with my Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, this is a nice outfit you got on. Very beautiful. Yeah, looking good. Scott, I don't know what Scott's going on. It was his day off today.
What happened?
No, yesterday
you
was
have
my-
nothing on your shoulders.
I know.
No epaulets. What do you call them? Epaulets or?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Epaulets.
Epaulet. Epilepsy.
You can tell when it's my day off. When we go out shooting on Sunday, I wear a relaxing T-shirt like I did on that video.
Craig's YouTube channel is Dave and Craig Shoot Stuff. We will
Not
put
alphabetical.
Yep, we will put a link in the description of the YouTube, and I'll drop a link in the comments as well. But he was kind enough to leave a couple of awesome pistols here. The one I'm holding is a custom Wilson Combat Beretta 92, totally tricked out and customized. I would have had no idea it made such a big difference in the performance of this firearm. And then the other one there that Scott is a Browning HiPower legendary 9mm firearm. This one holds
not a high point.
Not a high point, a HiPower. The Beretta holds 15 rounds. I think that one holds 12 rounds, something like that.
I don't know.
And we took them out to shoot them, and we're going to just watch a little bit of the video here, and then we'll talk about these two firearms. So let's watch a little bit of the video. What do you think that costs to get this custom?
About $1,000.
Yeah, it's expensive.
All right, and then we're going to compare that to a legend. This is the Browning HiPower. This is also 9mm. It's got some custom, very cool, like orange and black stripe custom grips. I've seen these before. They're actually pretty comfortable. So we're just going to shoot all three of us are going to take our turn shooting these awesome pistols and tell you our thoughts on them. So thanks for watching.
Brand new.
Now, you are not a pistol guy, Scott.
I'll shoot them if I have to.
Yeah, you had to for the show.
Listo?
Yeah. Here he goes. This is the Beretta.
I gotta start working out. Did you see my arms flabbing?
Yeah, flabtastic.
Yeah. I killed it.
It died.
Oh, I did.
You even got your arms in slow mo. There you go.
Yeah, look at the jiggle.
That's flattering.
That is no muscle tone whatsoever, man.
There goes jiggle. Yeah.
All right, we don't film me in slow mo anymore.
Okay. And then Steve and I.
He always wears long sleeves from now on.
Steve and I took our turns as well with these pistols. Now, tell me, Scott, you were pleasantly surprised at the performance of this.
I was, and pleasantly surprised means I actually liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. Steve liked it as well. I described it as off the charts. Maybe one of the best pistols I've ever shot, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, and as far as pistols go, I mean, usually I'm like, yeah, it's better than a pointy stick, but you know.
It's a little weighty for an everyday carry piece. I mean, it's a 5-inch barrel. You could carry it as an everyday carry. You'd have to have the right holster, but the overall feel, the accuracy, this just was an awesome pistol to shoot, and I think we're going to have them for a couple more months if Elaine wants to. If Francesca wants, it was a subliminal thing because you mentioned it earlier.
I know.
If Francesca wants to go out and try these out sometime as well, I think she absolutely.
Yeah, we're all off today. High points and Elaine's everywhere. And,
I know. My goodness gracious.
And then we shot the Browning HiPower as well, and we also like that. But
I want to shoot this one.
There's a couple interesting features about the way this Browning functions.
You know,
right?
I'm gonna have to ask Craig what that kit is because I can't remember what the name.
No.
Robar? It's a Robar kit? Okay.
And so that's like an aftermarket thing that you can install?
Yeah.
And that's why...
It changes the functionality of the safety lever and how the hammer operates, and it's kind of a cool setup, I got to say. It would take me a little bit to get used to it. Like I said in the video, you know, probably a few magazines.
Okay, so what Scott is talking about is a kit that converts this Browning HiPower to the way it functions. The way you cock this Browning HiPower is by engaging the safety. Watch this. So if you push down on the safety,
boom, it's cocked.
That cocks the hammer.
You can't manually cock the hammer back.
No, it's very unique, extremely unique. And the way you decock the hammer is by pushing it.
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah. So again, just engage the safety. That'll cock the hammer, and you decock
Why
it.
would somebody want to Why would somebody want to do this to their?
It's if you draw it, it's a quick way to cock the gun while it's completely safe right now. Okay, so the hammer can't engage. You can't pull it back.
You can't pull it.
You cannot cock the hammer like that. So hit the safety lever. Boop. It's
cocked.
cocked.
That's super easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you be worried about like whoops bump?
I don't know.
Okay,
But-
so what you're saying then, I could load a magazine, I could chamber around and decock it, and then the only thing I need to do to cock it is click that safety down.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. So there's some attraction to that as a carry piece. Now that
It's really easy.
yeah, that Browning HiPower has I think there's been some trigger work done to it as well because it had a very light trigger. Yeah, I really like the trigger on that.
Yeah.
So, but overall, I think we all thought that this Wilson Combat Beretta was a better performing firearm. It was definitely accurate.
Yeah, I mean, they're both fine, you know. But
Yeah.
that one, hands down.
Hands down. And so that was our you show me yours, I'll show you mine. And thanks once again to Craig. His YouTube channel is Dave and Craig Shoot Stuff. And with that, let's talk about what's on the show next week. Now, on my shot list here of stuff we talked about, you see I left it blank.
I like to do that, and I'm always like, tell me, Felix, what's on the show? Because I don't know, because
No,
it doesn't say anything.
We're asking you guys, what's on the show next week? 'Cause we have no
Yeah,
idea.
so I made that comment on the group. I put a post up that said, comment who you guys want to see us work with, what kinds of things you want to see us do. So we got reloading, we got a couple brands.
The one that caught my attention, and see if you guys agree, this should be a fun video to make next weekend. Somebody talked about doing a range video about what to do, kind of some basic instruction.
Yeah.
I've just purchased my first firearm. What comes next?
What kind?
I don't know. What did they say? I don't know. Go back.
I don't remember if they said, but I think because I'm not as experienced as you guys. Maybe it's probably very easy to find a gun. I haven't shot in here, so teach me what I should do.
That's a complicated question. I mean, with most of them, you just take them out of the box and you shoot them.
Don't overcomplicate things, Scott. Let's just let's dumb it down.
Participate.
Yeah, be a team player, Scott.
Jeez.
Holy moly. Anyhow, with that, it's time to wrap up another great episode. For those of you watching on Facebook, thanks for hanging in there with our another technical glitch. I gotta figure out that Mevo camera, how we're gonna get it up and running 100%. Although the last show it was 100%, I'm absolutely certain it's got to do with the frame rate. Whatever, that's got
Crystal Waters.
He's like
100%
nerding
pure
out
love.
on cameras and.
So we'll say goodbye again. Be sure to check out our website, Straight Shooting Show. Our Instagram page is @Straight Shooting Show, and our Facebook groups is Straight Shooting. So Facebook.com/groups/Straight Shooting, or just go to the website, Straight Shooting Show. Thanks again, Francesca.
Just go there. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, the website.
Than saying all those things.
That's why I set it up. Everything is there. Everything's there. StraightShootingShow.com. And of course, thanks to our sponsor, Cerakote Southwest. As always, you can check them out at Cerakote Southwest on Instagram or CerakoteSW.com. And with that, we'll say goodbye. You want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was. That was weak. We can do better than that.
Stay tuned for the next episode of Straight Shooting when we take another shot.